Welcome to East Coast Hour, the ultimate destination for discovering the hottest musical talents from the East Coast. As the only East Coast music video channel in North America, I'm here to bring you the best in music, entertainment news, exclusive artist interviews, and exciting opportunities to win amazing prizes and packages from our loyal supporters. So sit back, relax, and immerse yourself in the vibrant sounds of the East Coast. Don't forget to subscribe and share this episode's link with your friends and followers. Let's spread the love for East Coast music together. Ready to dive in? Let's get started. The first artist hails from Newfoundland. She joined me on episode 9 of East Coast Hour just after the ECMAs in St. John's, Newfoundland. She talked to us about this music video.
I released the song on my last album about a house on the highway at Blackbrook, and it really lends itself to a music video, especially since after performing the song on the news here, the woman who owns the house reached out to me, and we're now friends. So I brought my whole band out, and we did a video of us, hitting the road as a band and performing on the brook. It's a beautiful. Some beautiful cinematography in it of us all situated on the brook and not on the brook, but brookside.
Yes.
And going into the homeowner's house, and yeah, it turned out really well. And it's going to be released this month, or maybe in June. I'm not sure yet, but It's ready to go. I've already shared it with my newsletter followers. So if anyone wants to follow my newsletter, just send me an email.
And we'd love to share it here on East Coast Hour as well.
Yeah,
so as soon as it's released, you let us know.
Here's Sherry Ryan, Old House at Blackbrook on East Coast Hour with Chuck.
You may not get to see it unless you're heading west. The old house on the highway at Blackbrook is the best. Tucked off to the side, still there in full view. Woodpile, gravel drive, and rolling hills of blue. Was it built 100 years ago? Was the highway even there? With cars and trucks passing by, and passengers who stare. A carload of us saw it on our way out here today. We all agreed if we could, we'd pack it in and stay. The old house at Blackbrook is not something you see when you're heading in the highway from the west coast to the east. On your way to Clarenville, there on your left side, there's an old house tucked in a hill where beauty lies to hide. Curtis pointed out the view just across the way. Cliffs, trees, ocean on $1 million day. An old salt box, they call it, like the ones everywhere. Kitchen, parlor, bedrooms up the stairs. The old house
That was Sherry Ryan and Old House at Black Brook on East Coast Hour. I'm Chuck Boudreau. Welcome to episode number 13. Get ready for a great lineup of East Coast artists who have put some time and effort into their music videos in order to share them with you. In this episode, I'll share music videos from Lori Little, John Mullane, Jackie Putnam, along with many others. I'll also bring you your viewer's pick of the week, and I'll sit with Artistic Director of Stanfest, Steve McIntyre, as we chat about this year's lineup and what visitors can expect. Also, I sat with Rachel Cousins right after a performance on George Street in St. John's. I'll share that with you as well. Sit back and relax, subscribe, and share the links for this episode with your friends and followers. Now, as we approach the official first day of summer, let's kick it off with John Mullane, Sun in the Summertime on East Coast Hour with Chuck.
Walking down the street, I see it everywhere. Summer's already here, and we're feeling fine. Drive around in the vest with the top down, and turn the radio up, it's too up tonight. In the sun, sun in the summertime. These are the good times. In the sun in the summertime. Everything is so fine, fine, fine. We'll shine every day. Surf's up, way up, we're catching a wave. Lying on the beach in the sweet summer air. Sitting round the fire, singing hey, yeah, yeah. Everyone's having fun, living life without our care. In the sun in the summertime. These are the good times. In the sun in the summertime. Everything is so fine, fine, fine. We'll shine every day. Sun in the summertime. Everything is so fine, fine, fine. We'll shine at the sun in the summertime. These are the good times. In the sun in the summertime. And everything is so fine, fine, fine. We'll shine every day. Shine every day. Let it shine every day. We're gonna shine every day.
Hey, it's John Mullane dropping in here to tell you I'm excited and stoked to be part of this cool new music video show. And this is an East Coast Hour with Chuck.
Shook my achy head. She was mad at me and I could see her eyes were almost red. So I took another swallow, turned up the radio. She looked at me and I could see that she was about to blow. So I laid down on the sofa, ignored her raging words. And it seems to me that I just found the miracle cure. All it takes but this might be the miracle cure. Well, I'm moving on and she's long gone, ain't nothing I can do. She's probably already messing around with somebody new. Now people telling me my celebration's premature. I said, don't worry, man, I found the miracle cure. All it takes is just a little bit of sweet country tone, or anything that stimulates my drinking bone. I'm in my own world, and buddy, that's for sure. My way of living keeps them coming back for more. All it takes is just a little bit of sweet country tone, or anything that stimulates my drinking bone. I'm in my own world, and buddy, that's for sure. My way of living keeps them coming back for more. Yeah, my buddies and me are drinking doubles tonight. That Jose and Bacardi makes us feel just right. We stayed out late and closed down the door, 'cause there ain't nothing better than the miracle cure.
That was the Martin Boys and Miracle Cure on East Coast Hour. I'm Chuck Boudreau. Martin Boys, runners-up in the 2025 edition of Canada's Got Talent. They're from Woodstock, New Brunswick. They're going to be appearing with American Idol's Olivier Bergeron on Canada Day for a 4 p.m. show in St. Andrews, New Brunswick. Something you might want to check out if you happen to be in the area. Stay tuned for a listing that's coming up of some upcoming events that you can check out. Let's continue right now with Jackie Putnam featuring Matt Balsor. I'm Leaving You Now on East Coast Hour with Chuck.
I remember when I used to love you. I could never seem to get enough.
I remember when I said I do. We were young, we thought it was love.
Why does love have to hurt so bad? Why do you always gotta bring me down? We're tired of living this life we've had. So I'm leaving and I'm leaving you now.
We have tried so many times to keep together what we thought was love.
It's plain to see and now I realize what we had just wasn't enough. Why does love have to hurt so bad? Why do you always gotta bring me down? We're tired of living this life we've had. So I'm leaving and I'm leaving you
Time has come to say goodbye to that little thing we thought was love.
It's the last that you'll see me cry. It wasn't meant for the two of us. Why does love have to hurt so bad? Why do you always gotta bring me down? We're tired of living this life we've had. So I'm leaving and I'm leaving you now. Why does love have to hurt so bad? Why do you always gotta bring me down? Tired of living this life I've had. So I'm leaving and I'm leaving you now.
That was Jackie Putnam featuring Matt Balsor. I'm Leaving You Now on East Coast Hour. I'm Chuck Boudreau. Jackie is promoting her album, The Phoenix. It was released in June of 23. Biota TV did a documentary on her journey into the music. It's called The Phoenix. She also recently remixed the title track of the album. You can visit to find out more information about her and what she's up to. Visit JackiePutnam.com. Our next two artists are coming to us from the 2025 Granville Green lineup. Granville Green is a free outdoor, family-friendly concert that takes place in Port Hawkesbury, Nova Scotia, each Sunday night, with shows getting underway at 7 p.m. Opening the Granville Green concert series this summer on July 6th, it's Tara Spencer, followed by Kelly Loader on East Coast Hour with Chuck.
We were young and in bloom with a little room in the back of your parents' car, watching the sunset on the edge of 17. The push and the pull with our hearts full, trying not to go too far, watching your face, feeling the space in between, sinking into the sand of a summer dream. The moon is shining through. Does it remember you the way I do? September came too soon, but I remember June and the way I loved you, and everything I thought that we could be at 17. The nights at the beach when we fell asleep with our hands on each other's hearts, the crashing waves before they're breaking. I was green and naive and wanted to believe that love could never fall apart, that a summer romance was a chance worth taking. The moon is shining through. Does it remember you the way I do? September came too soon, but I remember June and the way I loved you, and everything I thought that we could be at 17.
I'm Tara Spencer, and this is East Coast Hour, shining a light on homegrown talent. And here's Chuck.
This next one's called Eyes for You. Darling, I've got eyes for you. Sometimes they're green and sometimes they're blue. But we got some things that we got to do. I'll always have these eyes for you. So will you remember me when you're home at night? Or when you're looking out at those city lights? But at the end of it all, when there's nothing left to do, I'll always have these eyes for you. So will you wait for me? 'Cause I would wait for you. I'll write you 100 more songs, one for every day, if you want me to. I still can't believe that you've always been there. When I found you, I had to leave, and I know it's not fair. But at the end of it all, when there's nothing left to do, I'll always have these eyes for you. Darling, I've got eyes for you.
That was Kelly Loader, live at the Basilica, Eyes for You, on East Coast Hour. I'm Chuck Boudreau. Kelly is a singer-songwriter from Newfoundland. They made their appearance on Canada's Got Talent and has not looked back since. Kelly's going to be performing in the USA, the UK, Denmark, and Japan for part of the summer and into September. You can visit kellyloader.com for more information. Now, when I traveled to St. John's, Newfoundland to attend the 2025 ECMAs, I attended an outdoor show on George Street where Rachel Cousins was one of the performers. We sat down right after the show in the back of one of the George Street bars. This week's East Coast Hour Artist Showcase is on Newfoundland's Rachel Cousins.
Hi everyone, this is Chuck Boudreau. I'm here in St. John's, Newfoundland on George Street, joined by Rachel Cousins. Rachel, thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you. Yeah, my pleasure.
You just performed this Fan Fest on George Street. What's it like being back at the ECMAs? It's not your first.
Yeah, it's not my first. This year feels different. I'm not sure what it is that's making it different. I think it's just new music. Played with a new band last night. There's like a bunch of new people that I'm meeting. There's just something different. And I think having it on home turf also just makes it, there's something fun about that. So it's been so fun. It's been really, really nice. I've had a really good week and every performance has felt really good and everybody seems so happy to see each other. So I'm just really happy to be doing it again.
It's good. This is my first ECMAs.
Amazing.
Yeah, and it is. I'll
You gotta
be
go
back.
one. Yeah.
Right, and it'll be in Cape Breton next year. So
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
on my home turf.
Yeah, right.
But you know, people have been following you for a number of years. I was just talking to your mom briefly. In 12 years, I think she said you've been managing your career. And so over those 12 years, I mean, you've had lots of highs and lows. But what are you working on now that you're really looking forward to?
Yeah, this album that I just finished with Greg Wells under Silly Cove Records is something that I'm really, really excited for people to see and for people to hear. I've been working on it for well over a year, and it's a 9-song album, and we just finished it. I spent a month in California in November working on it, and 2 weeks in early February of last year. So this album has been like a very transforming thing for me. It feels like I've found myself like as a young adult. I mean, I'm 24 now, and it just feels like a coming of age movie is how I described it. So I think for people to buy what I'm selling now and for people to pick up what I'm putting down, I think is what I really look forward to. It's a 9-song album, and there's like 3 co-writes, and the rest of it is just me and me telling people my stories and stuff. So yeah, it's really refreshing. It feels really authentic, and I think that's going to translate that way.
So release date, when are you expecting to kind of wrap it all up?
Definitely going to be a summer album. We're right in single mode right now, so we released Nora on the 25th. We have another one lined up. We were literally uploading a single to DistroKid during ECMAs.
Okay.
So end of May for another single. We'll do a couple singles like that. We got a music video, lyric video out for Nora. So a couple releases, and then we'll put out the full shebang.
Yeah, you just performed Nora. An awesome song.
Thank you.
Amazing.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And so I thank you so much for doing this. You're always a welcome talent on the East Coast, and we're always following along with East Coast artists and trying to play some of their music and music videos on our show. But we'll see what we can do about having you on a little more frequently, especially when the new album comes out.
Yeah, for sure. I appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. This is Rachel Cousins and Chuck, and you're listening to the East Coast Hour with Chuck and Rachel.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Nora, you're sitting on my kitchen counter, saying you'll be alone forever. Played all your cards at 22. Joke's on you. And no one can change your mind, and you're just shit all the time. It's insulting for me to say different to you, and you wonder all the time if you'll turn out alright. Nora, I hate the way you talk about yourself. Nora, I know you'd never speak that way to someone else. Nora, I wish that you could feel the way I do about you. Wish that was true. Someone else's perception can feel like a personal rejection. Your mind keeps the score, and you're not playing fair anymore. And I've told you before, Nora, I hate the way you talk about yourself. Nora, I know you'd never speak that way to someone else. Nora, I wish that you could feel the way I do about you. Wish that was true. It's the way you laugh and the way you wanna believe everyone. It's the way you care and the way you see all the good in every love. And your eyes when you cry, how they still hold a light. If I could bottle it up, I couldn't give it a price. And the time that we stayed on your floor all night because I needed advice. You're always getting it right. Nora, I hate the way you talk about yourself. Nora, I know you'd never speak that way to someone else. Nora, I wish that you could feel the way I do about you. Wish that was true. Feel the way I do about you. Wish that was true.
That was Rachel Cousins and Nora on East Coast Hour. I'm Chuck Woodrow. Well, here's some upcoming events for you. The annual Outdoor Glendale Concert is taking place on Saturday, July 6th. It gets underway at 3 p.m. It's a great day out in the fields of Glendale, and it's going to be a special day. It's 50 years that they're celebrating the traditional concert, featuring artists like the Cape Breton Fiddlers Association, Evans and Doherty, Mary Jane Lamond, Shelley Campbell, Claire Sampson McDonald, as well the Lamy family, Harvey Beaton, Bill Pellerine, Kinnan Beaton, and Betty Beaton, Edna McDonald will be there, as well as Gordon McLean, Sarah Ann Hijar, there's Cheryl McQuarrie. There's such a lineup. You can check them out. Search out the event on Facebook. It's the annual Outdoor Glendale Concert. You can get your tickets and attend the event. It's the 50th year celebration. Another event coming up, Music Royale presents the Best of Boxwood 2025. It's taking place on Wednesday, July 30th. It's at 7 p.m., taking place at the St. John's Centre for the Arts that's located at 2513 Highway 206 in Ayrshire. They are a group that tours and celebrates the energetic traditional music of the Maritimes, Scotland, Ireland, and more. So they're visiting the St. John's Centre for the Arts as part of their performances across Nova Scotia for the Music Royale's Summer Festival. The Sundown Salute, Matt Mays, the Sheepdogs, Kathleen Edwards, is the third show that's now been added August 21st, 5 p.m. It's the 20th anniversary outdoor celebration of Matt's shows at the iconic Shore Club. It's a rain or shine event and it's restricted to 19 years of age or over. So check that event out as well. Again, search it out on Facebook. And search out the Sundown Salute taking place in Halifax. Another upcoming event is the 2025 Stanfest in Canso, Nova Scotia. Joining me right now to talk about everything Stanfest is Artistic Director Steve McIntyre.
On this week's East Coast Hour, joined with a gentleman who's really no stranger to East Coast music. He's a performer in his own right, but he's here to serve in a different role today. Steve McIntyre is with me. Steve, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Chuck. How are you?
Good. Now, Steve, you, again, as we said, you're a performer in your own right, but you're working with Stanfest.
That's right, yeah.
And so we want to talk a little bit about Stanfest. We want to talk about what people can expect with going to Stanfest. Who are some of those performers?
Sure.
So let's kind of dive into it. Now, I think it was maybe last year or so you added on a road show to Stanfest.
Yeah.
And so which is kind of a few days ahead of the actual festival.
Yeah. Stanfest started in 1997 as a weekend sort of camping festival, and it's grown now to a week long. Like you mentioned, the early week stuff, July 21st to the 27th. Monday being the 21st. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we've adopted sort of a small halls model that stretches across Guysborough County. We were faced with a lot of decisions, leading up to the festival a couple of years back. We've been sort of tortured with weather over the last 10 years. We've had some event canceling weather. We've had weather that presented some fatalities in Nova Scotia in 2023. So we had to make some choices about how we wanted to deal with that. Do we just carry on as we always have? Do we make some tweaks and try to adapt and grow, or do we just call it a day? Right. Nobody had any appetite for calling it a day. It's such a wonderful event. So
that would be tragic in itself.
It would hurt. Yeah, it would hurt. Yeah. So we decided we would sort of tweak Stanfest, and grow at the same time. In the strategic planning, we knew we wanted to get ourselves in, out of that weather should it present itself. And so, with the addition of the roadshow, we of course targeted fixed roof accommodations for all of these shows. The weekend stuff traditionally had been outside under tents, like your typical Canadian folk festival would be. And so for the roadshow, we decided we'd do it right across Guysborough County, get out of the weather, like I mentioned. We'd sort of share the love, if you will, grow the footprint outside of just Canso, give people an opportunity to see shows in their own homes, stay in their own beds. Sorry, not in their own homes, but to get to go home at the end of the show, sleep in their own bed, and hopefully, once the concept is proven and people start to understand what it is and attend these shows, hopefully we get to showcase and spotlight Guysborough County a little bit more, because it's a wonderful part of the country, right? So yeah, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Also with the road show, it gives us great opportunities to celebrate different cultural aspects of Guysborough County. There's a really great Acadian population there in Larry's River. We'll do a show for them in their hall there, featuring Vishton from PEI.
Great group.
There's a wonderful African Nova Scotian community in and around Guysborough and Sunnyvale. We're going to do a really great gospel show there, and featuring Owen O Sound Lee and the St. Thomas Brotherhood Choir from up in North Preston. Really looking forward to having them in, and Sunnyvale's own gospel choir too. So there's lots to see and do. We've got a great show lined up for the St. Paul's United Church in Canso, celebrating the music of Stan Rogers himself.
Right.
Which
is really what this festival,
of course,
celebrates.
Yeah. So we thought we'd take up residence in a wonderful old 100-year-old church, and just tell these stories that Stan told us all. The time that he was with us, and celebrate that with a couple members of his family. So, a few of the musicians that were in the studio or produced or were on the road with Stan during his tenure. So we're really looking forward to that too. We got a little bit of everything in the road show. So the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, ahead of the weekend festival.
Well, I mean, I was like, it's really the weekend festival is a defined period, and you can only fit so many acts.
That's right.
Within a weekend.
Yeah.
Your road show allows you to get more artists involved.
Yeah, it represents growth for sure for us. I think if you were interested in checking something out like that, ticket sales are going pretty well. They're available online. They're also available in physical form at Cook's Gas Bar, the Robin's Donuts in Guysborough proper, and probably a handful of tickets here and there for the shows at the door. If you're one of those types of people that gives me gray hair and doesn't buy your ticket in advance, but there's the sales are going pretty well for those, so hop in on, because not all the venues are big either, right? So stanfest.com, as we go along, I'll probably throw that out there a few times.
Yes, I'll have it up on the screen.
That's the best way to get the tickets, the information on on volunteering, about where to stay, details about artists, all that stuff. So you'll be able to find that.
So I mean, there's a complete schedule. The road show, Stanfest itself. You can actually see the artists that you really are looking to see, when they're performing, what stage they're performing on.
That will be announced very soon. That the fine details, the particulars of the weekend and stuff like that. Main stage schedule has been announced, and so that's up on the website. If we're moving sort of chronologically, I guess the next thing we could talk about is, not to take over the direction of the interview, but it comes by quick.
Go for it.
There's a lot to talk about here. Thursday night, the last bunch of years has been a standalone show. Last year we did a tribute to our good friend Bruce Guthrow, who last night was inducted into the Cape Breton Music Hall of Fame in Sydney. Bruce was the best friend and ambassador that any event could ever ask for, and so last year we did a really touching tribute to him and to his family, for being so good to us over the years. This year we're going to have a bit of fun. We've got the John Prine Band coming in. This would be the band that actually was on the road with John Prine, Jason Wilbur, Dave Jakes, Fats Kaplan, Kenneth Blevins, the guys, the real deal, coming in, and which I think is really cool. But even cooler than that, in a sense, is the roster that I've been able to put in front of them to sing and celebrate John's music, right? So this will be all John Prine songs. I'm calling it the ultimate summer sing-along. I don't think anybody sat around a kitchen table in this part of the world or a campfire for very long without a John Prine tune slipping out, right?
They may not think of one, but as soon as they hear it,
they know it.
They know it.
Absolutely, right? So we've got Adam Baldwin and David Francie, Dave Gunning. We've got Mary Gauthier and Jamie Harris. We've got Matt Anderson. We've got Morgan Toney, Shane Pendergast.
That's great.
Tara Spencer. It's a bit of a who's who of the Atlantic region as far as that goes. And the thing that makes me most excited about it, I think, is just how excited all those artists were when I asked them if they would like to be involved. They were like, "Oh man, absolutely!" It was just a really cool. I mean, these are people that spend a lot of their time on the road. They spend a lot of hours away from home playing music for us, and for people around the world, and to hear them that giddy about this show was really neat. So that's the Thursday night, July 24th, on the main stage in Canso. Tickets are available, of course, at stanfest.com. And really looking forward to seeing some bodies in that field, because it's going to be sort of I don't know if once in a lifetime is the right description, but it's going to be a very, very unique
Yeah,
night.
that's great. So the weekend is just filled with different concerts, performances, the camping sites. There's people who are staying there for the weekend.
Yeah.
There's vendors that are there. It's just
Yeah.
that real festival feel.
Yeah.
And as you said earlier, I mean, it's gone on years, whether rain or shine.
Rain
It
or
happened.
shine, yeah. Our crowd wears the weather, you know, as much as we dread what it can do to you know our manpower, our equipment, our bottom line, you know, as much as we dread that, our crowd just wears the weather like a badge of honor down there. You know, bring it on as much as you know, and it's like, well, I admire that, but let's hope for some sunshine. A lot of new stuff happening around the weekend. We listen to the people that come and buy tickets, and we get their feedback, and we try our best to sort of implement some little changes here and there based on that feedback. One of the things that was always real prevalent at Stanfest over the years was some kids entertainment, some children's acts, things like that. Sort of post pandemic or in and around that time, that sort of tapered off a little bit.
Okay.
You know, for various reasons, but happy to say that we got a real full complement of children's entertainment. You know, recognizing that young parents, young families want to come. There's, you know, kids get bored, they want to do some things. So we've got face painting and magicians, and you know, an area with hammocks and bright colors where the kids can hang out. We've got a little section on site called the Little Spruce Lodge that is ran and operated sort of by some volunteers and the gang from Big Spruce Brewing.
Yes.
This is a place where kids can go, and very loosely scheduled. You know, it's sort of stations of activities for them. You know, we'll have some music sort of floating in and out of there, but we've got a little gazebo now down near the water. And we'll be running a children's stage down there, for little
nice.
folks. This is what
wow.
I'm calling it. Razzmatazz for Kids will be playing there. The amazing Mr. J, who's the musician I was talking about. I think we'll see Valdi in there for a children's set.
Wow.
You know, we're really looking after the kids this year, and happy to be doing so. Now we've free camping Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, on-site camping in Canso on the festival site. We got some free camping happening for people realizing that maybe they do want to come in and check out some of the road shows. So a way for us to facilitate that and make it a little bit easier for everybody is to offer them some free camping. You know, our main stage kicks off every evening around 7:30, and you know, an amazing lineup this year. We're going to see the Stanfields who are playing a bunch of shows again this summer, which is great. I think they've got a recording coming out soon, so they're no strangers to our crowd. And there's a Guysborough County tie to that band as well. So we're looking forward to bringing them in Friday night. Saturday we've got and again, stanfest.com, you'll see everybody that we've got. I'm just thinking about sort of the later evening sections of the program. Adam Baldwin is coming in this year. I feel like Adam is one of Canada's best songwriters, you know, now. There's no doubt. Following Adam, we've got Sloan. You know, anybody around my age would have been sort of rocking out to Sloan as a teenager. You know, and then Sunday night we're just gonna let it ride off into the sunset with Valdi. I mean, Valdi is
nice way to end.
Needs no introduction. Right? Canadian folk icon, heck of a nice guy. You know, there's nothing he couldn't or wouldn't do for you, and people will certainly remember his contributions to.
So I mean, you've mentioned an awful lot of events and performances that are going on, like a full schedule. It takes a lot of volunteers to pull something like this together.
It's hundreds.
And you mentioned earlier that, you know, you could still use some volunteer support.
Of course.
So if anybody's looking to help out for the weekend, just go to the website.
Go to the website. There's a tab there in the menu called Get Involved. There's a form you can fill out, get you through to our office, and the girls there will definitely find a spot for you.
Nice. Steve McIntyre's been here. We're talking about Stanfest. Steve, we could probably spend a whole hour talking about Stanfest, but I really appreciate you coming in and being part of this episode of East Coast Hour, so that we can share Stanfest and really encourage people. Keep an eye on the website, stanfest.com. More details will be coming up about performances.
It's the best way to do it.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Chuck. Thanks for having me.
Hey everybody, this is Jolene Harnish having a chit chat here with Chuck on the East Coast Hour. Chuck, thanks so much for this platform. We really appreciate the support that you give us East Coast artists. Wish you all the luck with this.
Isabella Sampson. We're probably going to need a little more vocals for sure off top of the monitors there.
Yeah. All right, so this one's called Sunflower Seeds. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Might be a little boom. The buzz is coming off the E string.
Think of myself as the kind of person to tell you my mind, but I don't want to make you uncomfortable. Sometimes it's better to be happy than right, so most times I'll give up in a fight, 'cause I'm better at losing than most people. But I'm fragile, you break me in a band-aid ain't a remedy. I'll carry troubles with me, but I can't leave mine behind. I'll let you into what I see, but it takes all my energy. So love me like ecstasy and water me like sunflower seeds. Lose who I am in the crowd, and I'm quiet till I figure them out, 'cause I can't stand the thought of them hating me. And time seems to pass like a bad kidney stone, and I'm crying as I'm driving home, 'cause the person they know doesn't live with me. But I'm fragile, you break me in a band-aid ain't a remedy. I'll carry troubles with me, but I can't leave mine behind. I'll let you into what I see, but it takes all my energy. So love me like ecstasy and water me like sunflower seeds. Like sunflower seeds. I'll let it in, 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 I'll let it in. But I'm fragile, you break me in a band-aid ain't a remedy. I'll carry troubles with me, but I can't leave mine behind me. I'll let you into what I see, but it takes all my energy. So love me like ecstasy and water me like sun. But I'm fragile, you break me in
was Isabella Sampson featuring Rankin McGinnis and Sunflower Seeds on East Coast Hour. I'm Chuck Boudreau. Well, it's time to announce your viewers' pick of the week. All week long, you've been voting for the artist who you wanted to see on this week's episode of East Coast Hour. You had a choice of these 3 musical videos, and you made your choice. So let's continue right along now with this week's viewers' pick of the week. It's Lenny Gallant, Counting on Angels on East Coast Hour with Chuck.
There's a crack in the windshield running from the driver's side all the way to where she stares. I'm listening to Patty singing Refugee on the radio that's in need of repair. She says the world is all broken, nobody gonna fix it now. Why bother with another Band-Aid? It's too late now. Online news feed, she's astrology-led all day. We lie in the bed at midnight, half a planet and a moon sign away. She says the world is all broken, there's too many pieces gone. She's listening to a podcast preacher singing his song. We're counting on angels coming to guide us, coming to answer dreams and our long distance calls. We're throwing our hands up, we gotta surrender. She says that's the only way to mend it all. Another billionaire building a bunker, watching AI win that war. Everybody's on a med of some kind, don't even know what mine's for. She told me to run every red light, or we'd be too late to see what's happening on that mountain of mystery. We're counting on angels coming to guide us, coming to answer dreams and our long distance calls. Just throwing our hands up, we gotta surrender. She says that's the only way to mend it all. Coming to guide us, coming to answer dreams and our long distance calls. We're throwing our hands up, we gotta surrender. She says that's the only way to mend it all. There's a shooter in a high school somewhere, another hurricane on the coast. Her horoscope read this morning, be careful in what you post.
That was this week's Viewers Pick of the Week. It's Lenny Gallant and Counting on Angels on East Coast Hour. I'm Chuck Boudreau. Thank you so much for voting throughout the week. It's now an opportunity for you to choose next week's video. So join me now down below in the description section where you can find a link to vote for next week's Viewers Pick of the Week. Or you can also visit my own personal or East Coast Hour Facebook pages to cast your vote. Cast your vote many times. Share it with your family and friends to get your favorite artists onto the next episode. Well, that's a wrap for this week. Thank you for joining me for episode number 13 of Season 2. Thank you for being here and watching the videos and sharing with me your thoughts and your ideas and your suggestions. You can always send me an email at eastcoasthour@gmail.com. Don't forget again to vote for your Viewers Pick of the Week and send me your music videos. If you are an artist and you have a brand new music video out that you want some help promoting, or you're going to be new to East Coast Hour and you want to get your music videos out there, let me know. Again, email me, eastcoasthour@gmail.com. Have yourself a great week. Be good and kind and nice. Do something extra special for someone throughout the week. Have yourself a good one, and we'll chat again next weekend. Let's wrap this show up with PEI's very own The East Pointers. Here is Anniversary on East Coast Hour with Chuck.
I couldn't get out of bed, I know I'm difficult, so I turned to drinking instead. It wasn't medicinal. 10 years and a trip to Newfoundland, just wanna play banjo in a band, give all my money to that homeless man. Anniversary today, get a job, they used to say. December was my yesterday. Another year to find my way. It's my anniversary today. You talked me off of the cliff, and now I'm falling for you. You believed I could quit, now I believe it too. 10 years and a trip to Newfoundland,